Hey guys, welcome back to Crystal Intuition. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of a darker video. This video is about a nightmare I had. I had these dreams on the daily for around a year after a very traumatic event that happened in my life, and I just want to make you guys aware of the effects that trauma can have on a human being. So this is still part of the Paranormal series because it is a hauntingly scary dream, and kids and animals are really dear to my heart, and because this dream involves a kid in a really dark situation as well, it really scares me, and I had a couple of dreams involving children as well. So I'm considering making a video on actually what happened to me. I want to make one about like my whole life experiences, my life events, basically like a biography kind of vibe. And I also want to make one video just sharing that traumatic event I went through. So it's surrounding an abusive relationship and the effects it can cause, things that come along with that, and it's just really dark and something I don't really like to talk about because it's been 2 years ago and I have not healed completely from that. I still have a lot of problems and anxiety disorders because of that, and still have nightmares, and it's just really traumatic, and I think it would be a really good thing if I share that because it can raise awareness. That's the only reason I will be sharing that experience, to help someone else. Also, my mother said I should open my channel to children because I'm really good with children and I like working with children and healing them, but the problem is I like to curse, or not I like to, I do it a lot because everyone has a bad habit, and I don't smoke or drink a lot, so I don't smoke at all. I drink a little bit sometimes, but not a lot. So cursing is like sometimes my way to just get out some unnecessary stress that I carry inside me. So because of that and because of the dark nature of some of the content, I don't want to expose them to too much of that. I am considering making a series just for children. Let me know what you guys think of that, and also about the video I want to make about the traumatic event that happened. So today's video is going to be about the cause that traumatic events can have on you, and I'm going to be reading it to you guys because I wrote a couple of the dreams down after I had them. I told my fiance, he said I should make them into short films because I have another channel for the short films because I'm in the film industry. And I'm also going to be away working on a big film. That's why I'm trying to post a couple of videos for you guys so that you guys will have a little bit of content, because I'm not going to be able to post for like a month and a half. I'm going to be posting, I think, end of August again. So yeah, the film industry, I'm still deciding if I want to make short films out of these, but I think I should. And I'll share them here as well, like the link to the short films if I decide to create them, if you guys really want to see these stories in action, because some of them are really dark. I'm probably gonna change a couple of things when I create them in a short film, but this is the raw version of what happened, and I'm gonna be reading it because it's just, I can remember all the details. This one happened a year ago. My fiance said that I should write them down because getting something productive out of something dark would not be a bad idea, because I had these things on the daily and it disturbed me so much that I felt like everything was just going wrong. And he said, like, create short films out of them, write them down, and then you can take it from there, because if you're just gonna sit around and mope about stuff like this, you're just gonna damage yourself. If you turn it into something productive, then you can heal from it, because healing from dark experiences is what this channel is about. So I decided to call this one a series of tragic events because it's exactly what the dream was about. So the scene opens with a birthday party. Carrie's best friend Sam is celebrating her 19th birthday. Carrie is also 19. Lori, Carrie's other good friend, is also there. She's still 18. And Nick, the boy Carrie has a crush on, is also there. He is 19 also. They all went to school together. Carrie's favorite aunt Rosa dropped her off and picked her up from the party. She turned 2 She has 2 young sons and a baby daughter. Sorry guys, messed that up quite a little bit. Later that day, Carrie is confronted by a gargoyle demon commanding her to kill people. But she refuses. The demon warns her that if she doesn't kill for him, he will kill off everyone she cares about dearly. But Carrie ignores this warning and goes about her day. First to die was Sam. Sam's leftover cake's candles caught fire when she tries to blow them out. She burns her face off and dies. So what really happened in the dream, like, the cake was like on the table and it still had birthday candles on, and Sam went to blow them out and she spontaneously caught fire, burned to death and died. So that was just the first tragic event that happened in the dream, and it was horrific seeing that. So the demon pops up again and warns Carrie again, but she dismisses it again, only to find out later that Sam died. Next to die was Lori. She bought a new pair of skinny jeans, but when she put them on, she bleeds to death spontaneously. This was another really horrible thing that happened in the dream, because the girl, she was tried on the jeans in the shop. When she went home and turned them on, it was like the jeans wrapped around her legs like a snake. Like when she put the jean on, it started constricting her and she started bleeding to death spontaneously. So the demon comes again and warns Carrie again. She begs him to stop, but still refuses to kill for him. Next to die is her aunt and her aunt's family. So this is where things get really disturbing for me, because this one was the worst. So the 2 little boys took the little baby and they go to the bathroom tub. They put the baby in the tub, and I also already feel like crying. Guys, sorry. Oh, I just want to take a little break before I continue, because I know what's coming, and this is the worst part of the entire dream. So the 2 little boys, they put the baby in the tub. They tied up their parents in the room next door. They tied the parents up with electrical wires. The boys then took the dad's gun out of the safe, and then they go back to the bathtub where the baby is. At this point, they fire at the baby. They miss every time the baby starts crying. I mean, it's loud noises. I'm sure the baby would cry. The baby screams harder and louder the more they fire off shots, and then eventually they shot the baby in the arm. Also note, the bathtub has like this amount of water in it as well. So the baby's not dead at this point, so the baby is slowly bleeding out, and then the boys start feeding on her blood. Her blood pours in the water, and at this point she has blood and water all over her face, and then they started drowning the baby while feeding on her blood and her lifeless body. I'm sorry guys, this is just traumatic even thinking about this again. So when the baby is dead, the 2 bloody boys goes. They pour water on the floor where their parents are. Then they turn on the plug and they electrocute their parents. The little boy's now orphaned. The demon appears to give his last warning. She refuses and dreads to the deaths of her loved ones. Last to die is Nick. He slit his own legs and arms, and he bleeds out. Carrie couldn't take it anymore, and she drank bleach to end her own life. And so the demon took all the souls and gives a screeching laugh. And that's how the dream ended, with that horrific sound of that gargoyle demon's laughter. And the demon looked like a gargoyle. It was like a lion gargoyle, one of those with the claws. I actually did research about what a gargoyle is, and gargoyles are supposed to be protective omens, not dark ones, so which made this especially disturbing. And this story was one of the most disturbing ones I've had. The other one, there's another one I also had that I'm gonna do next probably, which also involves a child. And a lot of these stories they're just so dark, and I mean, my mind wouldn't ever come up with something like this. It just shows you again what results can come from a traumatic event, what a traumatic event can have, that effect that it can have on your life. And this is a really disturbing story, but nevertheless, I hope you guys were a little freaked out maybe by it, or enjoyed it, or just at the least of it now have awareness what a traumatic event can do to a person. So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!